Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're doing a theory on Piggy. And as you can see, I'm doing gameplay recording because, I feel like it. Also, yes, I just got picked as a Piggy. But let's start, something nice. You all remember Bunny, right? Our, sweet little rabbit friend. We got some data today that she may still be alive. Yeah. I'll get into that later. But, the thing that I want to talk about is, this timeline that we have in Piggy. So, first things first, I want to say, first things first, I'm sorry, shout out to every single, Piggy YouTuber, yeah, and, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. But let's get on to the chase. So, start off before chapter 1 in this timeline of ours in Piggy, I think. Pretty sure we do. And then we move on to, okay, so we start up on, chapter 1. Oh, no, my God. Start off on this game before chapter 1, with Mrs. P, I think, getting sick. Now, hear me out on this. She got sick, because if there was a actual Piggy virus already going around before the actual chapter 1 happened, this could be really good for this time. Well, not good, because then we would have a reason why Mr. P would have a reason to do this and create these potions. Then Mr. P would have an alibi, and if Mr. P would have an alibi, well, you know, get another theory about that. See, come on. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm getting off track. Mr. P, Mrs. Potato gets sick, very sick, probably with that virus. And if she got sick with that virus, that means since I think Mr. P's rich, I'm pretty sure, in this game, I don't know, but, so Mr. P is, very grieving about her being sick, so he begs the hospital to find a cure for it. So he funds a lot into it, giving the hospital lots of money, and tests it on Mrs. P, I think. And Mrs. P is fine, but she starts showing signs of aggression. So they have to lock her up in solitary containment, I think it's called. And that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Can't say so myself, talking in real life. But, for being in solitary containment, she takes her a little while. It takes a couple of days. She starts to clear up, but meanwhile, Mr. P is working on a cure. Then the actual soup Super Potato finds out about this, and since he is the main villain, I'm pretty sure, of the series, because TSP, by acronyms, so basically, he knocks out Mr. P, disguises as him, right? And yeah, he's still working with Barry, the hospital guy. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him that. And then, disguising as him. And what I say is, since I want to go to the hospital actually. Since that happens, so since that would happen. So, since that happens, we have our Piggy world infected with some, well, not infected yet, but we'll get to that. Then, I bet the Super Potato digs up Piggy, because that's my, you know that. He digs up Piggy, and he starts testing on Piggy. And when he starts testing on Piggy, he gives her a bunch of potions, and when he leaves one night, because it usually takes an hour for the infecteds to, well, be infected. Wait. Okay, that's kind of funny, just saying. It takes a little while, and infecteds. Oh wait, no, I'm getting off track. Yeah, so Piggy, I bet Piggy gets infected because, yeah, no, just does. Because of the potions that he's been getting, because Mr. P, well, the Super Potato has been giving, yeah, Piggy has been giving potions to, the Super Potato has been giving potions to Piggy. And then, after an hour of the Super Potato leaving, Piggy wakes up, gets infected, then somehow infects Skelly Piggy. I don't know, that's my opinion on that. Somehow infects Skelly Piggy, and that goes downhill, and then they go really downhill at hospital, I think. Because then, because Dr. Barry, right here, is working a night shift. Well, a shift, because nobody's there, as you can probably tell. And they find Dr. Barry, but he gave a struggle to not, be infected, as you can tell. Wow, that went really fast. As you can tell in, stuff, I mean, as you can tell in, game, as you can tell in the game, in hospital, he gets infected, then the Super Potato comes to work the next morning, and finds that Dr. Barry is nowhere to be seen. Oh wait, I just forgot to, oops, let me just say something, Eric. After the attack on Dr. Barry, the Piggy leaves to the metro. I'm no, leaves to the metro. back to the metro, and then the Super Potato comes back to the hospital to only find a messed up hospital and a infected Dr. Barry. So then he gets out of there, tries to lock it, but let's just say he leaves some stuff in there. Let's just say right now he leaves some stuff. And if he leaves some stuff, he's gonna have to go back for it, alright? Yeah. I'm gonna get back to that later. And, so he flees. Then he but. Wait, no, that actually doesn't make sense. Oh. My theory just got wrong there. Well, wait. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, I just noticed something. So, the hospital notes, the guy, the Peppa Pig family goes in before Dr. Barry gets infected and then drinks the potion, and then they start showing signs of violence. I speculate. So George Pig doesn't take it anymore and just leaves. And you know how they scratched that whole newspaper? Well, because Minnie Toon has something to do with George Pig now. He's gonna stay missing for a little while longer. But yeah, he's gonna stay missing for a little while longer, I'm pretty sure. And when he stays missing for, well, he leaves, and I think he tries to go to grandmother's Piggy's poutine, and when he does, it's already too late. Somehow somebody in I don't know who, but I'm just gonna say Raffy. I don't know, but he infects Grandmother Pig. Then but there's something I do want to have a little side tantrum on. There's a time skip between chapter 4 and chapter 4. Well, chapter 4. So I have a little bit of theory. I say Sheepy, Mother Pig, Piggy, and Water Pig are the first four infected. I know what I just said, but I think they're actually the first four infected because Sheepy gets infected, blah blah blah. We can move on to House. So, House. The police officers get interested in George Piggy's disappearance, and so they go to the place where he was last seen, the house. But it was a little too late, and the family already got infected, and Sister Piggy tries to kill you, but you survive and come to the station, where only you're met by Mother Pig in it, because Father Pig and Mother Pig go out onto the city, probably before you escape or something, and then Mother Pig's eye catches onto the station, comes into the station, and everybody's scared and literally tries to kill everybody. And Officer Doggy's car doesn't work. He has a very old car, and Oh no. Oh yeah. Never mind. And you have to escape with Officer Doggy. Then you go to the station, and yeah, I still have this. I still have the theory where the first four infected was Piggy, Mother Pig, Father Pig, and Sheepy. Cause I have a little bit of backy up theory, right there. There's Sheepy, Mother Pig, and Father Pig in the first cutscene of the gallery, and since there's that in the first cutscene of the chapter, since they're in that cutscene, I believe. Hear me out on this. I believe that they are the first form infected Piggy, Father, Mother, and Sheepy. So you escape the gallery with some unwanted visitors, right? And then move on to chapter 4, where you think those monsters that you saw were your friends, which it was, and yeah, you go to sleep with Doggy. And later in the night, the super potato comes and chugs Doggy down with a potion. Doggy gets infected and warns Sheepy about it, and Sheepy comes over. That sounds like, never mind. And when Sheepy comes over, a lot of you gotta escape, because Doggy and Sheepy are gonna try to come after you and kill you, because yeah. And when Sheepy comes after you, after you escape, Mr. P comes on to it saying hello. The super potato comes onto it saying hello, hello. Is anybody there? Saying is anybody there means he was expecting somebody to die because he infected Doggy. Yeah. Well, he infects the teacher. I say this. I don't know if I'm right or not, but he kidnaps Bunny, traps him, and then, since there's actual magical potions that turn you infected in this game, I say this. There's a magical mind erasers, and I think that, and he wiped away Bunny's memory of him getting kidnapped. So he would think the super potato was his friend. Oh my god, the person. But thinking the super potato was his friend was a big mistake, because the super potato gives him a potion. He drinks it, and oops, what's up? I just need to go for a minute. Leave something. Sorry about that. But back on track. So at the end of so Mr. P spikes the teacher's coffee before you enter the school, and gets her infected. And then, like I said before, So then you get Bunny. The Super Potato's angry because you didn't get killed by the teacher, so somehow spikes you. I don't know how. Well, poisons you and you fall ill. Doesn't want you infected, but he wants to get what he needs at the hospital, cause somewhere in a chapter says we'll get what we need and get what that was actual stop. But get what we need and we leave. And I will be looking at the notes later. But we get what we need, then we leave. So that leads me to speculate, they spike us, then they leave. Because they did leave they did leave us after hospital. But also, I say this in a hospital. I would hate to say this, but this is what I think. This is also what happened in the hospital. Okay, so he knows that we're not gonna actually be infected, but instead he doesn't. Instead, he just leaves us, but he wants to test us one last time for some reason. I think. God. I think because whoa, we're playing traitor. I think because he leaves so suddenly, and when he leaves so suddenly, I think this. I mean, oops, I got scared there. Okay, so this is what I think. When we wake up, he knows it, so he spikes Dr. Barry's water because he's still alive, and then Dr. Barry drinks it, gets infected, tries to kill us. Mr. P leaves without us. I mean, the Super Potato leaves without us. And we have to go to Metro, where his creation, Piggy, is released, like I said earlier in the video. And somehow, I think during hospital, Mr. P gives Bunny a potion. And when he gives Bunny a potion, Bunny drinks it, and she starts being ill because this. I think he was trying to test out this and see if we would survive again against Bunny. But I said I would get back to this later in the video. Remember how there was this new tweet saying that I heard this? There's a new tweet on the Minitunes Instagram. I heard that new tweet was a bunny head thing, and where can get where we can either have a doggy vote, yeah. But instead, but also we have a YouTuber that I watch. Shout out to him. I forgot his name. Sorry, dude. But he said because he commented on it saying it was like an infection poll thing, like bunny being infected or bunny infected person or bunny, and that YouTuber that I watch commented onto that tweet saying, "Let's remember Bunny of who he was instead of what he became." And the comment and Minitune responded with that just weird like little looky emoji, and he said, "Became." And so I'm speculating that he gave Bunny Duran the Super Potato gave Bunny Duran potion, and it was the cure. He just felt ill because he thought he was getting infected, but instead he just kind of felt ill because I don't know why the cure like makes him feel kind of ill. You tell me. It's Piggy. Okay, man. Don't question it. So. So when you get infected, so when he feels infected, he thinks that he's getting infected, but he's really not. And why I think this is because, and he feels ill. He's actually not ill. He's really okay, but but a side effect on it was him feeling ill. I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know why. Okay. Oh no. And him feeling ill makes us go along up to chapter 8, where a note saying Doggy and Foxy got what they deserve, meaning that somehow I have a theory on why he's saying that, because Foxy somehow insulted oh, somehow insulted the Super Potato, and he got into a fight with Foxy calling the police, and when Foxy called the police, Officer Doggy came and arrested the Super Potato, and he was really mad at Doggy and Foxy, so he wants to infect them first for payback. Super Potato in this world is messed up. And yeah. So that's how and Officer Doggy was the first infected out of them, because I think this happens after hospital. We get after hospital, because we don't see him after hospital. We let's just say, I don't know how to put this, but I don't see him after hospital, so somehow he gets, some friends of his to, come and, get Foxy for him, and he infects Foxy, and then he locks Foxy up in the cage, and he starts showing signs of aggression, so yeah. And, an officer, and as you can see, Foxy is infected. There's a note inside of it saying, why did my friends leave me here? So I'm speculating that there's some people I'm looking at you, Gerald, that are infected. Then we escape with Pony and Zizzy after this chapter, and then we come to the safe bunker in the city. I don't know why it's in the city. It's really hard, but it's too late for Ellie and Grandma Piggy, because they're both already infected and they're trying to hunt you down. And they try to hunt you down in this chapter for only to escape for being. And then there's somebody behind the trash can, and I believe that's Molly the Mole's behind it. I believe it, because there's no ears, and, yeah. I believe it, and also, yeah. I'll go into later analysis on, that after I do it, and, yeah. I hope you enjoyed that theory, and, shout out to all the people that has made theories. Bye.